we sit here in this really wired world, things are moving around us so quickly, and people have access to knowledge. And some of the knowledge isn't really knowledge as much as it is rumor. And rumors spread like wildfire. And so we're trying to give you, as parents and as schools, the opportunity to not have a reactionary situation, but to think ahead. And you know what's coming. Like, you know, prom and graduation is coming. That's not a surprise. This is a campaign to give you materials for things that we know that are going to happen during the school year. So it's getting ready. It's knowing your environment, getting the tools to be able to do something about the environment that you're facing. So we're developing a common language between parents and schools. Our objectives today are to increase parental engagement and reduce drug use and improve that school environment. Think about environment. You know, when you walk in somewhere, you can feel it. You know what's going on. Our goal is to make our environments feel welcoming, that people like to be there. Our Red Ribbon certified schools, we have just completed a 2-year study from FSU. And the thing that was most unique and stood out in my mind, because we had control groups in both Orlando and Miami, was the students who said, I feel part of the school. I feel part of the team. I feel safe and secure, and I'm willing to tell an adult if there's a problem. This is a major step forward. This is something where we're acting, not being reactionary. Reactionary is Columbine happened and we created the word safe and we put in metal detectors. Has anything changed? I don't think so. Reactionary things typically aren't as good as knowing what's coming and deciding to take action before it happens. So our obligation to you is to help you know those things that are coming. We operate with a public health model. This public health model focuses on the individual, which that could be the student, it could be the teacher, it could be you. But it's the environment that you're working in, and then the agent. What is the agent? Is it prescription drugs? Is it alcohol and drugs? Whatever is going on is what is called the agent. And that's what's attacking the little person in the middle, and it's also affecting the environment. So when we look at the public health model, I want you to keep thinking about that all the time, because it's very hard to separate those three things because they go together. So the next slide is the 4 campaigns, and we're going to give you a little bit of an overview of those 4 campaigns, and this is from a presentation that we did to private school principals recently. We want you to become a partner with Informed Families. If we got a package in each of your hands, and you took it back to your school, and you got that package in a parent's hand, and you became our partners, we'd have a lot easier time in Tallahassee and a lot easier time in Washington. We want to help you increase parent engagement, reduce drug use, and improve school environments. Informed Families has developed 4 campaigns. Family Day, we have something for Family Day in September, which is September 23rd. Then, just in case you missed the message in September, we come right back around and give you the message, Red Ribbon. You've all heard of Red Ribbon. The next thing we have discovered is that prescription drugs are now the #1 abused drug in America. So therefore, what did we have to do? We had to come up with another toolkit for you to be able to deliver like your meds. Now, here's the big one. Safe homes, safe parties. It's coming for prom and graduation, and I want to tie social messages and the environment right back to you. Is Miley Cyrus coming to your prom? I think she is. And you better be prepared for that. Distance learning ambassadors, we've tried to make this real simple. We need you to give us one person to become your distance learning ambassador. It can be school-based or community-based. Give us someone who's dynamic and will do something. We want them then to implement the 4 Universal campaign and spread the news. If we all do something together, we have critical mass, we have a tipping point, and we can make a difference. Be the change agent that will impact a child's life forever. We have Alita Patterson with us today, and she is really going to explain to you what is contained in the toolkit. And we've called it a toolkit for just that reason. So Alita, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Why don't you just run through what's inside of those toolkits?
Okay. Well, if you've registered to be a distance learning ambassador, you have access to download the toolkit prior to each campaign. Each toolkit contains 5 of the exact same documents. Then each toolkit has items that can be ordered and downloaded for specifically to that campaign. What we give you in the toolkit is the welcome letter and fact sheet. This is an overview of the campaign, what the expectations are, and the message that's to be sent. Next, we give you a Let's Get Started checklist, so you can set up the checklist, organize and schedule the campaign according to your community event or your school. We give you a morning announcement. If you're a distance learning ambassador at a school, the morning announcement is already scripted for you. It can be edited so that it meets the needs of your school, but that morning announcement can be given to students. We also give you a Connect Ed message. Now, Connect Ed is used in Florida schools. It may be called something different out of the state of Florida, but it's a message broadcast service to the parents. The Connect Ed message, again, is already scripted for you, but you can certainly edit it to meet the needs of your specific campaign. We give you a newsletter insert, something if you're still giving out newsletters to your parents, or if you have a newsletter that goes out electronically. This is an article that discusses that campaign, so parents have a heads up on what's coming home. We also give you an order form, so you can order flyers and posters for the campaign. Those will be sent to you free of charge. In each toolkit, you will get a copy of the flyer. The flyer should be ordered. This is the flyer for Family Day. And the poster that goes along with that campaign can also be ordered. Okay?
Let me ask you a question
Sure.
right here. Because sometimes when we work on things, we think it's really obvious, and you're thinking, well, what am I supposed to do with that? What are they supposed to do with this flyer, which is an 8 by 10?
Mm-hmm. If I'm delivering the campaign for Family Day at a school, I would order one of each of these flyers for each student in my school to be sent home with the student and shared with the parent.
So, and then what's the size on these posters?
The posters are 12 by 18, and the posters are 2 to 4 posters for your school. They can be put up in the media center, the cafeteria, the main office, a place where parents gather.
Okay, so these are the unique things that go with this Family Day toolkit, but now we're going to tell you about the really unique piece of it, which is the Family Dinner Dash.
The Family Dinner Dash.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the Family Dinner Dash is a video game. Parents are instructed through their flyer to have their families log on to the Family Dinner Dash. The website is here. And during the Family Dinner Dash, the children are probably going to be a little bit better, will go through a video game that helps them overcome obstacles to sitting down to dinner together.
And let me tell you how we developed this. You know, from doing this 30 years, I've heard 30 years worth of the same thing. Oh, well, we really want to eat dinner together, but we just can't possibly do it because so-and-so has this practice and so-and-so else has this practice and somebody else travels and blah, blah, blah. Hence, the obstacles. I don't know what your obstacles are, but I bet they're a lot of the same. The game is designed to help you jump over obstacles. Now, it's done in a fun way, and it's not easy. I can't get past 50, and I keep getting slammed. But that's the whole idea, is to get you talking about, are these obstacles real obstacles that you want to get over, or is it just an excuse? How important is it to eat dinner together? Is that your value? People who eat dinner together 4 to 5 times a week, their children are 5 times less likely to get into all kinds of destructive behaviors. Think about that. Well, maybe I'd really like to get over that obstacle. What we're trying to say to you is help people make good decisions by giving them information. When we live in a social environment, do you know what we really treasure today? Now, we say we don't, but we do. Being busy. If someone isn't busy, well, what's wrong with them? There must be something wrong if they're not busy. Everybody's busy, right? We're connected and we're busy. You know what? That's what makes you reactionary. If you don't want to be reactionary, you've got to slow down and look at your decisions, and you have to say, are the obstacles that are keeping me from family dinner worth it? Maybe they are, and maybe they aren't. That's up to you. Our role is just to ask you the questions in a fun way. So we're excited about Family Dinner Dash, and we don't have anybody acing it right now. So get in there and play it, and you can win a, what is it?
Yes, high scorers will be entered to win a $250 Publix gift card. So spread the message today, if you haven't already, so that parents and students alike can go on and play the Family Day Dinner Dash and be eligible to win a gift card for Publix.
So that's the fun thing for Family Day. That's what makes it unique. Promote the game. Please, you must enter by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on September 24th to be eligible. So that's just something we want to call to your attention if you're going to be eligible for the $250 gift certificate from Publix. And now it's time to move into Red Ribbon Week, which is October 23rd through 31st. And Alita, talk about what that's about.
Once again, registered distance learning ambassadors will go to our website and download the Red Ribbon Toolkit. You can also download the Red Ribbon Guide. In addition to that, don't forget to order the materials, such as the flyer for Red Ribbon. You can order a pledge for the parents. You can order items for the school to have. The Red Ribbon theme this year is A Healthy Me is Drug-Free. That Red Ribbon, of course, always runs from October 23rd to the 31st. And we do have another exciting contest, similar to the one we've done last year and the year before, is the Red Ribbon Photo Contest. So if you'd like to engage in the Red Ribbon Photo Contest, you get the information to the students again, or in your community. That student goes home and, with the help of their parents, decorates their door, their mailbox, their gate, their fence, with the Red Ribbon theme and bow. Take a photo of your decoration and you upload it and enter your photo into Inform Families. Then you call all of your friends, neighbors, co-workers, family members, and you ask them to vote on your photo. Those who have the highest vote will win $1,000 for the school they attend, and the family wins an iPad too.
I think that when you think of Red Ribbon and you think of the things we do, it's fun. We try to do things that are fun, but it's based on scientific fact. For example, the child has a message, the child has to share the message with the parent. The parent has to make a message to make it visible. Like if I have just the greatest little family in the whole world and we're doing all the right things, but I'm in an environment or I'm in a neighborhood that I'm not telling other people, then I'm not making it visible. I'm not impacting my environment. Hence, that's why we don't say, put it on your coffee table and take a picture. It needs to be something outside. We have wonderful stories of people who say, you know, when I did this, I thought my children were too young, but they loved it. And then the neighbor children came over to say, what are you doing? It opens the way for you to communicate with other people in a non-threatening way. You're just telling your story about what you're doing. The important thing on the contest is that you have to use the theme and you have to use the correct ribbon. You can't use the AIDS ribbon, you have to use our ribbon. So those are the important things that you need to see. At the best, in Florida, one little boy has won 2 years in a row. He's in elementary school, but he's a smart little cookie because his sister and brother are college students. So he gets them to get their sororities and fraternities to take it on as a project. It's social contagion. He wins every time. Here's one. This is the way it spreads. It is like an epidemic. Go back to public health. I get this, my fiance who's in Georgia says to me, hey, you got to go online. I'm going to send you a link because at my golf club, there's a guy who can win a free wedding if he gets the most votes. We're talking about adults, men at a golf course who are now trying to help this guy win a wedding. So social contagion is real, and it's going on now in our networking world. So that's what the Red Ribbon Contest is based on. So it's very effective. Now, having said that, we let you off for a little bit. We hope you'll take the parent peer group, take the parent classes during November, but you're really off until January when we come back again with Lock Your Meds.
Yes, Lock Your Meds, January, February. Again, you will download your electronic toolkit, and it will contain the same 5 items that you've seen before. In addition to that, items that are specific for the Lock Your Meds campaign. This campaign is very important for parents to understand that kids think that they can't be harmed or they can't die from prescription drug abuse. So kids are stealing the prescription drugs or even over-the-counter drugs from relatives, from friends, even from their own medicine cabinet. So it's a very, very important campaign, again, to get parents to understand what's happening out there and to get them to take inventory of the medications they keep in their own home. In addition to that, keep those medications under lock and key, or at the very least, keep them in a place where kids can't get to them. That is a Lock Your Meds campaign, and you can, again, order the specific information materials as long as you're a distance learning registered ambassador, and we'll ship those materials off to you in time for your campaign.
I think that one of the things that we see on the toolkits and the distance learning is they pretty much follow the same format. Remember, there are 5 things that you will receive in every single toolkit. The morning announcement, the newsletter clip, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the checklist is there. So now you're getting good at this, right? You know it's time to get this on the morning announcement. If you're a Girl Scout leader, and I do know we have some Scout leaders out there, you just make the announcement at your, I think you meet weekly or whenever you would decide. So you modify the message just to fit your group and your activity. There are all kinds of ways you can use this. So we're not telling you that you just have to do the 5 things and the 2 things. If you get a group of people and they're on fire and they want to use it, they can, and they can customize it. Because if it's on Long Island, they don't know who Informed Families is, but they know who their group is in that area. So we encourage you, like in Shelby County, Tennessee, you'd want to put your name on any of these campaigns that you wanted to expand into something larger. So that's Lock Your Meds.
Yes.
Okay. And then April, May, March?
April, May, into June, we head into Safe Homes and Safe Parties. Safe Homes, Safe Parties is a campaign that helps parents understand that parties are going on for graduation, summertime parties, a time of celebration. It's also a time that teen deaths go up due to accidents related to alcohol. Safe Home, Safe Parties encourages parents to set up a parent network. Know where your kids are going. Ask the host of the party that your kids are attending if there's going to be alcohol or drugs present. Ask if they're going to supervise the party, and ask what that means to supervise the party. Get in touch with other parents. Get to know the parents of your kids' friends and check up on these kids. Safe Home, Safe Parties also reminds kids that the legal drinking age in Florida is 21 years old. Proms and graduation parties can be just as fun, just as celebratory without the alcohol and drugs that seem to be prevalent at those parties.
Yeah, I was just going to say, as you are the parent or the grandparent or the adult who is going to deliver the message, I want to tell you, you are not going to be greeted with, oh, thank you very much. You are going to be greeted with eye rolling. And, what is the role of a teenager? The role of a teenager is to push against you. And your role is to push back, not to just give in. So you're going to have some uncomfortable times as you start talking about how our family does not serve alcohol. We do not do this and that. It isn't like everyone's going to say, oh, what a great idea. We hope that we can give you the support with some of the scientific knowledge, like the brain is not fully developed until 25, to stand up to the norms, because the norms definitely are drinking. That's the idea. If I say celebrate, I bet you say
champagne.
That's called conditioning, folks. That's what we've been conditioned to do. And that's what our kids are conditioned to do. And that's what Miley was doing with those kids. She's conditioning them to think that's normal behavior. We have to push back. That isn't normal. Well, let me put it like this. It may be normal, but it's not healthy. So we're promoting healthy behaviors, and we need your help to promote that healthy behavior. On the Safe Home, Safe Parties, as you're setting up to do this, we need to do more training for everyone, because we immediately changed the word. We said, instead of saying be home when your child has a party, do you remember the one that was all over the news? The people were home, but they were upstairs in their bedroom, and there were buses outside bringing the children in. So saying be home, when I say we need a common language, we really need a common language. Being home isn't enough. Supervising is what we need to do. How do you supervise without being totally overbearing, right? Or trying to be the life of the party? Neither of those two things work. But you do know how to set rules. For example, you have to take the girl, if you're hosting a party, you have to take the girls' purses when they come in. Once they enter the party, they can't leave the party. They leave the party, they go home. Those are rules you need to know, and you need to tell parents, and you need to enforce them. And you need to enforce them right up at the front door. Now, are they going to say, oh, well, thank you so much? No, they're going to say, oh, well, that's just my little purse, and I just can't let go of it. What do you say? I'm sorry, if you want to come to the party, just put your purse over here. Those are the kind of things you need to train parents to do, because they're not natural. They're not easy, because everyone wants to be liked. This isn't about being liked. This is about being the parent and helping your child live through the teenage years. That's what you're really trying to do. But you have to have confidence in being able to do that. So supervising the parties, there are a lot of things that you have to be aware of and how you approach the other parents.
Yes, and I believe for Safe Home, Safe Parties, we're going to have a scavenger hunt. A text to join for the kids, where we ask them questions via text messaging. If they join the scavenger hunt, they answer the questions, and those kids who get 5 answers correct will be eligible to win a gift card to
So,
Best Buy.
yeah, and one of the things that we've discovered too, we discover a lot by trial and error. I know that one of the big popular things used to be the Jaws of Life and bringing all these things out to schools, and they would show them to them right before prom and graduation. Do you know what the research shows? That information lasts in your head exactly 72 hours, and then you've forgotten it. Because it couldn't possibly happen to you. You have to know how the brain works. The brain does not say, oh, thank you very much, I'm going to be a model citizen for the rest of my life. We're constantly, daily bombarded with negative messages. Your children are bombarded with negative messages. Are they equipped to handle them? That's what you're dealing with. Equipping them to handle the negative messages that they are going to always be bombarded with. And what is peer pressure? Peer pressure is getting people to agree with you. Because if they agree with you, then your decision must be good too, right? So we're always pressuring each other. Positive peer pressure, negative peer pressure. The 4 campaigns are designed to give you positive peer pressure that is actionary, not reactionary. So if you combine these 4 campaigns and you repeat it, it's not 72 hours, right? It keeps getting repeated, and not just to one person, but to another person. What's one of those powerful games? Remember telephone? I tell someone, you tell someone. Probably one of the things that the parent movement has had going for them, thank God for this, and I don't say that lightly, is the most powerful influencer is word of mouth. We don't have huge dollars for big media campaigns. I can't go out and buy that. But word of mouth is more powerful. So we have good materials that you help to spread by word of mouth. That's critical mass. That makes a difference. You're the change agent. What is it? What was the line that Paula used for us?
Be the change that you would like to see in the world.
Yeah, be that change. So sometimes you think, well, is this really all you want me to do, or is this too much to do? No, it ties into a bigger picture, that you are part of something like a ripple that affects a lot of people. So the 4 campaigns are just what we said. Family Day, Red Ribbon, Lock Your Meds, and Safe Home, Safe Parties. Here's what they can do.
So, implement the 4 universal campaigns in your community, at your school, house of worship, or any other event. Make sure you're a registered distance learning ambassador so you have access to download each toolkit. Make sure you order your materials using the order form that you can also get online. Let us get those materials to you in advance of the campaign. I think that
Is there an
covers it.
order form? What is that order?
There's an order form available online.
Online,
So that
okay.
you can order the flyer. When it's time for each campaign, you want to order the flyers for the people that were receiving flyers and the posters.
And also, we always want your feedback. What works, what doesn't work, what you like, what you don't like. The best ideas will always come from you. And we want to hear that, what really is effective and how people react. We love to hear your stories. We love to tell your stories. We love to share them with other people. Hence the photo contest and things like that are really powerful. In Washington last year when we did the Red Ribbon Dinner and the Office of National Drug Policy from the White House, the DEA, all these people were there. They were most enthralled with 2 teachers who had just decided to do this on their own as a distance learning ambassador. And they were so excited because their entire school had gotten excited. So that's the contagion theory. It's not just about what you can do. It's about getting your school or your group excited about it so they know what they can do. Thank you.
Thank you.